something is not quite right. It doesn't quite click. There's enormous energy, of course. Fantastic energy. But something doesn't click. That as if we missed the pilot light while the stove is burning. We could reignite our pilot light by respecting, trusting, acknowledging the tradition that we have already grown up, whether it is in nature of Eastern or that of the Western. It does not really matter.
In typical daring fashion, Naropa started with a lot of inspiration and the mixture of so many energies. Cutting-edge thinkers in the arts, sciences, spirituality, writing, and music. The first Summer Institute in 1974, held in an old bus depot that's now the site of Alfalfa Supermarket, hoped to attract a few hundred people. Instead, more than 2,000 attended, an unmistakable signal that Naropa was an idea whose time had come.
First summer was a leap into the unknown. Naropa's founder, the Tibetan Buddhist scholar Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, who had been teaching at the University of Colorado, had this strong desire to invite artists, academics, writers and poets, religious teachers to come to Boulder to basically come together in community.
Naropa brought luminaries such as spiritual teacher Ram Dass, poets Allen Ginsberg, Gary Snyder, and Philip Whalen, anthropologists like Gregory Bateson, musicians John Cage and Jerry Granelli, religious studies scholar Reggie Ray, physicist Jeremy Hayward, and the list goes on. During that first summer session, Trungpa Rinpoche asked Anne Waldman, Allen Ginsberg, and Diane DePrima to create what would eventually become the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics. Ginsberg described it as a way of educating poets about sanity, of teaching meditators about the golden mouth, and poets about the golden mind. The artist practitioner was powerfully evident in Naropa's early days. Trungpa Rinpoche very much saw the power of the arts in the relationship with artistic creativity and meditative awareness, and was intent on bringing that together.
He laid out very clearly a meditative awareness journey through the arts. That art practice itself was our way into mindfulness and attention and awareness and skillful means and generosity and all the values of the traditional Vajrayana Buddhist path were available to us through the disciplines of the arts.
By the late 1970s, Naropa was shifting from a festive summer environment to a credible year-round institution. From this humble beginning, Naropa became the first Western university to bring contemplative tools and techniques into a secular classroom, and academic programs like religious studies, psychology, and music flourished. Judy Leaf was named as the first dean of Naropa in 1980 and helped establish Naropa as the birthplace of contemplative education.
If we are willing to work with ourselves, we can be of benefit to our fellow beings. The basis of training at Naropa is that when we look at ourselves, we begin to cut through preconceptions of what we might like to be, and we become willing to relate to who we really are.
By the mid-1980s, nearly 1,000 students were enrolled in 200 courses and workshops, and a rapidly expanding number of academic programs. The school was on its way to accreditation, financial stability, and a permanent home. Not long after Barbara Dilley succeeded Judy Leaf as Naropa's next leader, Naropa received accreditation.
I think there's a feeling of being grounded and being having put our feet on the ground in America. So it meant that there were many more students who would aspire to be here who could receive the grants and the funding to do that.
Education, in the true sense, is not just about acquiring information or skills or a job, but it's about a powerful transformation in which people leave an institution at a level where they're at ease with themselves, they know who they are, and they are inspired to take that into the world and make a difference.